Trayasoho Jagannatha Guru Sansara Vandina Dagdam Mam Kaladashtam Cha Tvamaham Sharanam Gataha Radha Sanmukha Samshaktim Sakhi Sanganivasinim Tamaham Saranam Vande Gurupam Param Sakim Vairagyo Bhakti Rasam Prayatnair Apayanna Krupam Buddhilya Varadukha Dukhi Natam Tam Prabhumashrayami. First of all, offer my millions of obeisances. Lotus feet of Asmati Prabhupada Bhagwan Nityananda Purishta Jagat Guru Shri Srimad Bhakti-Vidanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Then also offer obeisances to Lotus feet Shri Srimad Bhakti-Vedanta Dandi Maharaj, Nam Nishta Santa Shri Aniruddha Das Prabhuji, and all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis are gathered here. Please accept my humble obeisances. So, beginning on verse number 47, text number 47, Adi Lila, second chapter of Shri Caitanya Caritamrta. Krishna kahe na Brahma tomar na bhuji vachan, jivaru chate vaise sahi Narayan. Krishna, Lord Krishna kahena says, Brahma, O Brahma, tomar, your, na not bhuji, I understand vachan, speech. Jiva of living entity, Rudhi in the heart, Jala in the water, Vaise sits, saying that Narayan, Lord Narayan. Translation. Krishna said, Brahma, I cannot understand what you are saying. Lord Narayan is he who sits in the hearts of all living beings and lies down in the waters of the Karana ocean. So text 48. Brahma kahe jale jive jai Narayana se sabe tomara amsha e satya vachana. Brahma, Lord Brahma kahe says, jale in the water, jive in the living being, jai who, Narayan say, they, sab all, tomar your, amsha, literary part, is satya truthful vachan word. Brahma replied, what I say is true. The same Lord Narayan who lives on the waters and in the hearts of all living beings is but a literary portion of him. Karanabdi Garbhodaka Kshiradaka Shai Maya Dware Srishti Kare Tate Sava Mai Karanabdi Karanadaksha Vishnu Garbhodaka Garbhodaka Vishnu Shirodaka Shai Vishnu Maya Dware with the material energy, Srishti, creation, Kore, they do, Tate, therefore, Saba, all, Mai, connected with Maya. The Karanodakshai, Garbhodakshai, and Shirodakshai forms of Narayan all create in cooperation with the material energy. In this way, they are attached to Maya. Setina Jalashai Sarvantaryami Brahmanda Brindera Atma Je Purushanami. Say these three Jalashai lying in the water, Sarva, all of all. Antahyami, the super soul, Brahmand of universes, Brinde of the multitude, Atma, super soul, J, who, Purusha, Nami, named. These three Vishnus lying in the waters are the super soul of everything. The super soul of all the universes is known as the first Purusha. Hiranyagarbhiratma Garbhodakashai Vishay Jivantaryami Khirodakashai. Hiranyagarbhiratma Garbhodakashai Vishti Jivantaryami Khirodakashai. Hiranyagarbhir, of the total of the living entities, Atma, the super souls. Garbhodakashai. Garbhodakashai Vishnu. Veshti, the individual Jiva of the living entity. Antaryami, the super soul. Shirodakashai Vishnu. Translation. Garbhodakashai Vishnu is the super soul of the aggregate of living entities. And Kirogadashaya Vishnu is the super soul of each individual living being. Text 52. ए सवार दर्शने ते आछे माया गंध तुरीय कृष्णेर नाही मायर संबंध. A this savar of the assembly darshanete, in seeing ache, there is maya gandha, connection with maya. Turiya, the fourth Krishnera of Krishna, of Lord Krishna, nahi, there is not maya of the material energy, sambandha, connection. Translation. Superficially, when we see these Purushas have a relationship with Maya, but above them, in the fourth dimension, is Lord Krishna, who has no contact with the material energy. The three Purushas, Karanodakshaya Vishnu, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, and Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, all have a relationship with the material energy, called Maya. Because through Maya, they create the material cosmos. These three Purushas who lie on the Karan, Garbha, and Kira oceans, respectively, are the super soul of everything that be. Karanodakshaya Vishnu is the super soul of the collective universes. Garbhodakshaya Vishnu is the super soul of the collective living beings. And Kshirodakshaya Vishnu is the super soul of individual living entities. Because of all of them are somehow attracted to the affairs of the material energy, they can be said to have some affection for Maya. But the transcendental position of Sri Krishna himself is not even slightly tinged by Maya. His transcendental state is called Turiya, or the fourth dimensional stage. So text 53. Virat Hiranya Garbhascha Karanam Chetyupadaya Ishasya Tribhirhinam Turyam Tat Prachakshate. Virat, the Virat manifestation. Hiranyagarbha, the Hiranyagarbha manifestation. Cha, and Karanam, of the current manifestation. Cha, and iti, thus. Upadhyayaha, particular designations. Ishasya, of the Lord. Yat, that which. Tribhi, these three. Hinam, without. Turiyam, the fourth. Tat, that. Prachakshate, is considered. Translation. In the material world, the Lord is designated as Virat, Hiranyagarbha, and Karan. But beyond these three designations, the Lord is ultimately in the fourth dimension. Purport. Virat, the phenomenal manifestation of the supreme whole, Hiranyagarbha, the numinous soul of everything, and Karana, the cause or causal nature, are all but the designations of the Purushas, who are responsible for material creation. The transcendental position surpasses these designations and is therefore called Turiya, the position of the fourth dimension. This is a quotation from Sridhar Swami's commentary on the 11th canto, 15th chapter, verse 16 of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, that verse actually I'll read. Narayane Turiyakhe Bhagavad Shabda Shabdite Manomaya Dadat Yogi Madharma Vashitanyan. So, text 54. यद्यपि तिनिरमाया लया व्यवहार तथापि तत्स्पर्श नहीं सभे माया पार. Yadyapi, although tinera of these three, Maya, the material energy, Laya, taking, Vyavahar, the dealings, Tathapi, still, Tat of that, Sparsha, the touch, Nahi, there is not, Sabhe, all of them, Maya par, beyond the material energy. Although these three features of the Lord deal directly with the material energy, none of them are touched by it. They are all beyond illusion. Text 55. Etat ishanam ishasya Prakritistho api tad gunahi nayujyate sadatmasthair yatha buddhistadashraya. Etat, this, Ishanam, opulence, Ishasya of the Supreme Lord, Prakritisthaha, situated in the material nature, api, although, tat of Maya, gunahi, by the qualities, na, not, yujyate is affected, sada, always, atmasthai, which are situated in his own energy, yatha, as also, buddhi, the intelligence, tat of him, ashraya, which has taken shelter. Translation. This is the opulence of the Lord. Although situated in the material nature, he is never affected by the modes of nature. Similarly, those who have surrendered to him and fixed their intelligence upon him are not influenced by the modes of nature. The text from Srimad Bhagavatam, 1st Canto, 11th chapter, 38th verse. Those who have taken shelter of the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead do not identify with the material world, even while living in it. Pure devotees may deal with the three modes of material nature, but because of their transcendental intelligence in Krishna consciousness, they are not influenced by the material qualities. The spell of material activities does not attract such devotees. Therefore, the Supreme Lord and his devotees acting under him are always free from material contamination. So here, Bhakti-Vidanta Sai Maharaj quotes this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. Ishanam Ishasya. Maybe Srila Gurudev would also quoted this. Yes, it is in one place. In Bhagavad Gita, Srila Gurudev also quotes this. Because it must be an important verse. If Sai Maharaj is quoting a verse, Srila Gurudev must have also quoted that. Etat Ishanam Ishasya Prakritistho Apitat Gunai Nayujyate Sadatmasthair Yatha Buddhistad Ashraya. Ishvara Shri Krishna is not affected by the modes of nature, although he presides over the material nature. This is a most wonderful characteristic of his. So Bhagavan is telling that I pervade the whole material universe. All beings and elements are situated within me, yet they do not exist in my Swarup. To clarify this subject matter, Shri Bhagavan tells Arjuna, although I am the supporter and maintainer of all beings and elements, I am not situated within them. This principle has been confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam. So this, in 9th chapter, 5th verse actually, very mysterious verse. Nachamasthani bhutani pashyame yogamaishwaram bhuta brindascha bhutasto mamatma bhuta bhavana. All that is created does not actually exist in my Swarupa. Behold my mystic opulence as Paramatma. I support and maintain all living beings and elements, yet I myself am not situated in them. Bhagavan is studying like this. So anyways, Seitina, text 56. Seitina janera tumi paramashraya tumi mula narayana ithe ki samshaya. Say these. Teen 3, Janera of the plenary portions. To me, you, Parama, ultimate, Ashraya, shelter. To me, you, Mula, primeval, Narayana. Ithe, in this, key, what? Samshaya, doubt. You are the ultimate shelter of these three plenary portions. Thus, there is not the slightest doubt that you are the primeval Narayana. Brahmans confirm that Lord Krishna is the supreme, the source of the three manifestations known as Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, Karanodakshaya Vishnu, and Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Mahavishnu. Karanodakshaya Vishnu is called Mahavishnu also. For his pastimes, Lord Krishna has four original manifestations, namely Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha. The first Purushavatar, Mahavishnu in the causal ocean, who is the creator of the aggregate material energy, is an expansion of Sankarshan. The second Purusha, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu, is an expansion of Pradyumna. And the three Purushas, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, the third Purusha, Kshirodakshaya Vishnu, is an expansion of Aniruddha. All these three are within the category of manifestations of Narayan, who is a manifestation of Shri Krishna. Text 57. Seiti niramshi paravyoma narayana teha tomara vilasa tumi mula narayana. Say these tinera of the three amshi source paravyoma in the spiritual sky. Narayana, Lord Narayana. Teho he tomar your vilasa pastime expansion. To me you mula original Narayan Narayan. Translation. The source of these three features is the Narayan in the spiritual sky. He is your Vilas expansion. Therefore, you are the ultimate Narayan. Text 58. Ateva Brahmavakye Paravyoma Narayana Teho Krishna Vilasai Tattva Vivarana. Ateva, therefore, Brahma, of Lord Brahma, Vakya in the speech, Paravyoma in the spiritual sky, Narayana, Lord Narayan, Teho, he, Krishna of Lord Krishna, Vilas, pastime incarnation, a tattva, this tattva of the truth, Vivarana description. Therefore, according to the authority of Brahma, the Narayan, who is the predominating deity in the transcendental world, is but the Vilas feature of Krishna. This has now been conclusively proved. A shloka tattva lakshana bhagavata sar paribhasha rupe ihar sarvatradhikar. This shloka verse, tattva, the truth, lakshana, indicating Bhagavata of Srimad Bhagavatam, Sara, the essence, Pratibhasha of synonyms, Rupe, in the form, Ihara, of this Srimad Bhagavatam, Sarvatra, everywhere, Adhikara, jurisdiction. Translation. The truth indicated in this verse, text 2.30, is the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam. This conclusion through synonyms applies everywhere. Text 60. Brahmatma Bhagavana Krishna Vihar E Arthana Jani Murkha Artha Kareyar. Brahma, impersonal Brahma, Atma, super soul, Bhagavan, the supreme personality of Godhead, Krishna of Lord Krishna, Vihar, manifestations, E, this, Artha, meaning, Na, not, Jani, knowing, Murkha, fools, Artha, meaning, Kare, make, are, other. Not knowing that Brahma, Paramatma and Bhagavan are all features of Krishna, foolish scholars speculate in various ways. Avatari Narayana, Krishna Avatar, Teha Chaturbhuja Iha Manushakar. Avatari, source of incarnations, Narayan, Lord Narayan, Krishna, Lord Krishna, Avatar, incarnation. Teha, that, Chaturbhuja, four arms, Iha, this, Manushya like a man, Akar, form. Because Narayan has four hands, whereas Krishna looks just like a man, they say Narayan is the original God, whereas Krishna is but an incarnation. Some scholars argue that because Narayan has four hands, whereas Sri Krishna has only two, Narayan is the original personality of Godhead and Krishna is his incarnation. Such unintelligent scholars do not understand the features of the Absolute. Text 62. ए मत नाना रूपे करे पूर्व पक्ष ताहारे निर्जिते भागवत पद्य दक्ष. A mata, thus, nana, many, rupa, forms, kare, takes. Purva paksha, the objections, tahare, them, nirjite, overcoming, bhagavata, of Srimad Bhagavatam, padya, poetry, daksha, expert. In this way, their argument appear in various forms, but the poetry of Bhagavatam expertly refutes them all. Bhagavatam, text 63. Vadanti tattavidas tattam yad jnanamadvayam brahmeti paramatmeti bhagvaniti shabdate. Vadanti, they say, tat, that, tattvavidah, learned schools, tattvam, the absolute truth, yat, which, jnanam, knowledge, advaya, non-dual, Brahma, iti, thus, Paramatma, iti, thus, Bhagavan, iti, thus, Shabdate, is known. Translation. Learned transcendentalists who know the absolute truth say that it is non-dual knowledge and is called impersonal Brahma, the localized Paramatma and the personality of Godhead. The text is from Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.11. Text 64. शुनभये श्लोक करह विचार एक मूर्ख्य तत्वम तीन तहार प्रचार शुनभये श्लोकेरा शुनभये ए श्लोक करह विचार एक मुख्य तत्व तीन तहार प्रचार. Shuna, please listen. Bhai, brothers, hey, this shloka verse. Karaha, please give vichar, consideration. Eka, one, mukhya, principle. Tattva, truth. Tina, three, tahar of that prachar manifestations. My dear brothers, kindly listen to the explanation of this verse and consider its meanings. The one original entity is known in his three different features. Text 65. अद्वैज्ञान तत्व वस्तु कृष्णेर स्वरूप ब्रह्मात्मा भगवान तीन तांद्र रूप. Advaijnana, knowledge without duality. Tattva Vastu, the absolute truth. Krishnera, of Lord Krishna. Swarup, own nature. Brahma, the Brahman. Atma, Paramatma, Bhagavan, the supreme personality of Godhead. Teen, three, Tandra of his Rupa. Lord Krishna himself is the one undivided absolute truth, the ultimate reality. He manifests himself in three features, the Brahma, Paramatma and Bhagavan. In this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam cited above, shloka number 1.2.11, the principal word Bhagavan indicates the personality of Godhead. And Brahma and Paramatma are concomitants deduced from the absolute personality. As a government and its ministers are deductions from the supreme executive head. In other words, the principal truth is exhibited in three different phases. The absolute truth, the personality of Godhead, Shri Krishna, Bhagavan, is also known as Brahman, Paramatma, although all these features are identical. Text 66. এই শ্লোকের অর্থে তুমি হাইল নির্বচন আরে কশুন ভাগবতের বচন. This shloker of the verse, Arthe, by the meaning, Tumi, you, Haila, have become Nirvachan, speechless. Are others. Eka, one, Shuna, please hear. Bhagavater of Srimad Bhagavatam, Vachana, speech. Translation. The import of this verse has stopped you from arguing. Now listen to another verse of Srimad Bhagavatam. Text number 67. Ete cham shakala pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. Ete, these cha and ansha, plenary portions. Kalaha, parts of plenary portions. Pumsaha, of the Purusha avatars. Krishna, Lord Krishna, two, but Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Swayam, himself. Indra Ari, the enemies of Lord Indra. Vyakulam, full of. Lokam, the world. Mridayanti, make happy. Yuge Yuge, at the right time in each age. Translation. All the incarnations of Godhead are either plenary portions or parts of the plenary portions of the Purusha avatars. But Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. In every age, he protects the world through his different features when the world is disturbed by the enemies of Indra. The statement of Srimad Bhagavatam 1.3.28 definitely negates the concept that Shri Krishna is an avatar of Vishnu or Narayan. Lord Shri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, the supreme cause of all causes. This verse clearly indicates that incarnations of the personality of Godhead, such as Shri Ram, Narsingha, Varaha, all undoubtedly belong to the Vishnu group, but all of them are either plenary portions or portions of plenary portions of the original personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna. Text 68. सब अवतारे करी सामान्य लक्षण तार मध्ये कृष्ण चंद्रेर करील गणन. Sub all avatar of the incarnations, Kari making Samanya general Lakshana symptoms, Tara of them Madhe in the middle, Krishna Chandrer of Lord Shri Krishna, Karila did Ganana counting. The Bhagavatam describes the symptoms and deeds of the incarnations in general and count Shri Krishna among them. तबे सुत गोसाई मने पाया बड़ भय जांद्र जे लक्षण तहा करिल निश्चय. तबे then Suta Goswami, money in the mind, Paya obtaining Bada great Bhaya fear, Yar of whom J which Lakshana symptoms, Taha that Karila he made Nishchaya certainly. This made Suta Goswami greatly apprehensive. Therefore, he distinguished each incarnation by its specific symptoms. Text 17. अवतार सब पुरुषेर कलांश स्वयं भगवान कृष्ण सर्ववतंस. Avatar, the incarnations, sub all Purusher of the Purusha avatars, Kala, parts of the plenary portions, Ansha, plenary portions, Swayam himself, Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, Lord Krishna, Sarva of all Avatamsa, crest. All the incarnations of Godhead are plenary portions or parts of the plenary portions of the Purusha avatars. But the primeval Lord is Sri Krishna. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the fountainhead of all incarnations. Text 71. पूर्व पक्ष कहे तुम्हार भारत व्याख्यान परब्रह्म नारायण स्वयं भगवान. Purva Paksha, opposing side, Kahe says, Tomar, your, Bhala, nice, Ta, certainly, Vyakhyan, exposition. Paravyoma, situated in the spiritual sky, Narayana, Lord Narayan, Swayam himself, Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. An opponent may say, this is your imagination, this is your interpretation, but actually the Supreme Personality or Supreme Lord is Narayan, who is in the transcendental realm. तेहा श्री कृष्ण रूपे करेन अवतार यही अर्थ श्लोके देखी कियार विचार. There he Narayan Asi coming Krishna Rupa in the form of Lord Krishna. Karina makes avatar incarnation. Ei artha. This meaning. Shloke in the verse Dekhi I see. Ki what are other vichar consideration. He Narayan incarnates as Lord Krishna. This is the meaning of the verse as I see it. There is no need for further consideration. तारे कहे केने करो कुतर्कानुमान शास्त्र विरुद्धार्थ कबो नाय प्रमाण. Tare to him kahe, one says kene, why kara, you make kutarka of a fallacious argument, anumana conjecture, shastra viruddha contrary to scripture, artha a meaning, kabhu at any time, no not higher is praman evidence. To such a misguided interpreter, we may reply, why should you suggest such fallacious logic? An interpretation is never accepted as evidence if it opposes the principles of scriptures. Text 74. Anuvadam anuktvato na videyam udiraye nahi alabdhaspadam kinchit kutrachet pratishthitam. Anuvadam, the subjects. Anuktva, not stating to, but no, not videyam, the predicate. Udiret, one should speak. No, not. He certainly. Alabdhaspadam, without a secure position. Kinchit, something. Kutrachit, anywhere. Pratishtanti, pratishtati, stands. One should not state a predicate before its subject, for it cannot thus stand without proper support. The rhetorical rule appears in the Ekadashi Vrata, 13th canto, in connection with the metaphorical use of words. An unknown object should not be put before the known subject, because the object has no meaning if the subject is not first given. अनुवाद ना करिए ना कहिया ना कहीं विधेय आगे अनुवाद कही पश्चात विधेय. अनुवाद, the subject, na kahiya, not saying, na, not, kahi, I say, videya, the predicate, aage, the first, anuvad, the subject, kahi, I say, paschat, afterwards, videya, the predicate. If I do not state a subject, I do not state a predicate. First I speak the former and then I speak the latter. Text 76. विधेय कहिए तारे जय वस्तु अज्ञात अनुवाद कहिए तारे जय है ज्ञात. Videya, the predicate, kahiye, I say, tare, to him, ye, that, vastu, thing, ajnat, unknown. Anuvad, the subject, kahiye, I say, tare, to him, je, that which, I, is, jnat, known. The predicate of a sentence is what is unknown to the reader, whereas the subject is what is known to him. जैसे कही ए विप्र परम पंडित विप्र अनुवाद इहार विधेय पांडित्य. जैसे, just as, kahi, I say, a, this, Vipra, Brahmana, Parama, great Pandit, learned man, Vipra, the Brahmana, Anuvad, subject, Ihar, of this, Videya, predicate, Panditya, erudition. For example, we may say, this Vipra is a greatly learned man. In this sentence, the Vipra is the subject and the predicate is his erudition. विप्रत्व विख्याततार पांडित्य अज्ञात अतएव विप्रागे पांडित्य पश्चात. Vipratva, the quality of being a Vipra, Vikhyat, well known, tar, his. Panditya, erudition, Agyat, unknown. Ateva, therefore, Vipra, the word Vipra, Age first, Panditya, erudition, Paschat, afterwards. The man's being a Vipra is known, but his erudition is unknown. Therefore, the person is identified first and his erudition later. Text 79. तैछे इहा अवतार सब है ज्ञान कार अवतार ए वस्तु अविज्ञात. Synonyms. Taiche, in the same way, iha, these, avatar, incarnations, sab, all, haila, where, jnata, known, kara, whose, avatar, incarnations, a, this, vastu, thing, avigyat, unknown. In the same way, all these incarnations were known, but whose incarnations they are was unknown. Text 80. एते शब्द अवतारेर आगे अनुवाद पुरुषे रामशे पाछे विधेय संवाद. एते शब्दे, in the word ete, avatarer, of the incarnations, age, first, anuvad, the subject, purushera, of the Purusha avatars, amsha, inner portions, pache, afterwards, videya, of the predicate, samvad, message. First, the word ete, these, establishes the subject, the incarnations. Then plenary portions of the Purusha avatars follow as the predicate. तैचे कृष्ण अवतार भीतरे है न ज्ञान तहार विशेष Jnanasya Vigyat. They say in the same way, Krishna, Lord Krishna, Avatar Bhitari, among the incarnations, Haila was Gyata known, Tahara of him, Vishesha Gyan, specific knowledge, say that Avigyat unknown. In the same way, when Krishna was first counted among the incarnations, first specific knowledge about him was still unknown. So basically, we are seeing here that Krishna is the source of all incarnations. Ramadi Murti Shakala Niyamena Tishtan Nanavatara Bhuvanesha Kintu Krishna Swam Sambhavat Paramaha Bhumani Govinda Mahadi Purushantamam Bhajan. So Krishna is the fountain of all incarnations. And then there is also this song, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also fountainhead of all incarnations, is the source of all incarnations. Bhajan Thakur has sung this bhajan. Parama Karuna Pahuduhi Jana Nitaye Gaura Chandra Savavatar Sarashiro Mani Kevalananda Kanda Bhaja Bhaja Bhai Chaitanya Nitai Sudruda Vishwasa Kori Shaya Chadiya Sera Se Majiya Mukhe Bolo Hari Hari. The two lords, Nitai Gaurachandra, are supremely merciful. They are the essence and crown jewels of all avatars and the very source of bliss. My dear brother, with firm faith, just worship Chaitanya Nitai, renouncing all material enjoyment. Always engage your mouth in chanting Hari Hari and you will drown in their bhakti rasa. Dekho re bhai tribhuvane nai eman dayan data Pashu Pakhi Jure Pashana Vidare Shunijara Gunagata. Oh brother, just see, in all the three worlds, there is no one else as merciful as them. Hearing their glories, especially their mercy, sung, the animals and birds cry tears of love and stones melt. संसारे माजिया रही लिपड़िया से बदना हिलास आपन कोरम भुंजय सामन कहे लोचन दास. Lochana Das laments, I am always so absorbed in my material enjoyment that no desire is coming in my heart to worship God with that. That I get an impression, that I get no inspiration to bhajan in. So basically here you can see that Krishna is the source of all incarnations and similarly Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also source of all incarnations. And we must worship Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Shri Radha Krishna. That is the success of life. So very nice actually this particular discussion is going on, which explains that how Krishna is the source of all incarnations. Text 482. अतएव कृष्ण शब्द आगे अनुवाद स्वयं भगवता पीछे विधेय संवाद. अतएव therefore Krishna Shabda, the word Krishna, Age, first, Anuvad, the covered, Swayam Bhagavan, being himself the Supreme Personality of Godhead, pride, Piche, afterwards, Vidheya of the predicate, Samma, the message. Therefore, the word Krishna appears as the subject, followed by the predicate describing him as the original personality of Godhead. Krishnera Swayam Bhagavata Yahaila Sadhya Swayam Bhagavanera Krishnatva Haila Badhya. Krishnera of Lord Krishna, Swayam Bhagavata, the quality of being himself the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here, this Haila was sadhya to be established. Swayam Bhagavan Kottadu. So Swayam Bhagavanir of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishnatva, the quality of being Lord Krishna, Haila, was Badhya, obligatory. This establishes that Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. The original personality of Godhead is therefore necessarily Krishna. Text 84. Krishna jadi ansha haita anshi narayana tabe viparita haita sutera vachana. Krishna, Lord Krishna, jadi if ansha, plenary portion, haita, where anshi, the source of all incarnations, Narayana, Lord Narayan, tabe, then viparita, the reverse. Haita would have been Sutera of Sutta Goswami, Vachana, the statement. Had Krishna been the plenary portion and Narayan is the primal Lord, the statement of Sutta Goswami would have been reversed. Narayanam Shijai Swayam Bhagavan Tya Shri Krishna Aiche Karita Vyakyan. Narayan, Lord Narayan, Amshi, the source of all incarnations, Jai, who, Swayam Bhagavan himself, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there, he, Shri Krishna, Lord Krishna, Aiche, in such a way, Karita would have made Vyakyan, explanation. Thus, he would have said, Narayan, the source of all incarnations, is the original personality of Godhead, and he has appeared as Sri Krishna. Hare Krishna. So thank you so much for today's class. Hare Krishna. Vanchaka Patra Vaishya Kripa Sindhuveja Paridanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah. If anyone has any question, comments, please ask me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranams. Thank you so much. Sorry Maharaj, what number did the text you stopped at?
Actually, we stopped, I think, text number 86 of Adi Lila, second chapter, text number 86. Brahma Pramad Vipralipsa Karana Patav Arsha Vigya Vakya Nahi Dosha Aisava. Basically, this verse tells Brahma, mistakes, Pramad, illusion, Vipralipsa, cheating, Karana, a part of imperfection of the senses, Arsha, of the authoritative sages, Vigya Vakya, in the wise speech, Nahi, not, Dosha, faults, these, sub all. Mistakes, illusions, cheating, and defective perception do not occur in the sayings of the authoritative sages. So we stopped at this verse. Verse 2.86, Adi Lila.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranams. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Vanchaka Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah. Dandavat. Hare Krishna. See you.
Did devotee has any questions? Okay, so there's no questions. Thank you, Maharaj, for coming on today.
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Akansi Didi has a question. Sorry, Maharaj. You can go ahead.
I don't have a question, actually. I just wanted to say I'm very happy that I joined your association for the Kartik, and so thank you very much.
Yeah. Where are you from?
I'm from Germany. I do live in Germany.
Oh, you live in Germany. Are you a disciple of Gurudev?
Yes. He's my Diksha Guru.
Oh, acha. Oh, thank you. Which city in Germany? Are you from Berlin or
I do live in the... No. I do live in the northern part of Germany. But I lived in Hong Kong for some time, too. And that's where I met him. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Very good. Very nice. Now there is, Germany is a great country.
Yeah.
Srila Bhakti Rakshak Siddhar Maharaj, he actually talks about it. Actually, Srila Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada had previously, from March 33 to 36, sent his disciples, Trilanti Swami, Bhakti Tirtha and Bhakti Ban Maharaj to London and Germany with the goal of holding public meetings to preach Mahaprabhu's message. He kept in touch with them by airmail, regularly sending them articles and preaching advice. Through this effort, many highly educated and respectable people had the opportunity to hear about Mahaprabhu. With Prabhupada's approval, these two preachers established the London Gaudiya Mission Society and the London Gaudiya Mutt. Lord Jetland was made the chairman of the Mission Society, and he led weekly discussions of Srila Prabhupada's epistles on the special characteristics of Lord Chaitanya's message. So there was a desire, actually, of our Guru Parampara to preach in England, Germany, all over the world, actually. So actually, it's a very So actually, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Maharaj also mentions about Germany. He says that I was told that once in a drama in Germany, they had to show the figure of God. So in some high position in a balcony, they put a figure of grave nature with a grey beard commanding from there. God the Father was shown like that. That is their idea, the fatherhood of God, Godhead, a grey bearded old man as God. But from the consideration of rasa and ananda, ecstasy, God should be the center of all different relationships, including sonhood and consorthood. To conceive of God as our Father is an incomplete understanding, for parents are also servitors. He must be in the center and not in any extremity of the whole. He is not simply watching over the whole. The conception of Krishna is that of God in the center. Of all approaches to God, the approach for a loving relationship is supreme. The intensity of that relationship is to be considered. And God must be at the center of all loving relationships. Anandam Brahmano Vidvan. Ananda is the most precious thing ever discovered. And the full representation of the highest Ananda should be considered as the highest absolute which can attract everyone. Not by power, not by force, but by charm. The center of all attraction is Krishna. His attraction is by beauty, by charm, and by love, and not by coercion and force. And that is the Krishna conception of Godhead. So this is actually Srila Bhakti Rakshak Maharaj writing, is telling that Krishna is he tells actually one very nice story about yes, according to one's capacity, he may be enlisted in a particular class. Some will go to Christianity, and after finishing that, if their hankering is still unsatisfied, they will seek somewhere else, thinking, what is God? I want to know more perfectly. In this regard, I can give one example. There was a Professor Nixon in England. He went to fight against Germany in the First World War on the French side. As he was flying over the German lines, his airplane was hit and began to fall. He saw that the plane would fall on the German lines. When I met him here in India, he told me, at that time I prayed, if there is any God, let him save me, and I promise that if I do not die in this plane crash, I will go to search after him. I will devote my whole life in search of him. The plane crashed, and when Professor Nixon regained consciousness, he found that he was behind the French lines in a hospital in France. At that time, he thought to himself, there is God. He has heard my last prayer. When his wounds were healed, he went straight to England to see some churchmen. He told them, I want to search after God and engage myself 24 hours a day in the cause of his service. I want to see him face to face. bishops go to India. He saw many clergymen and even some bishops, and they ultimately advised him, if you want to see God face to face, then go to India. We cannot recommend such a process to you. But we have heard that in India, there are yogis who internally connect with the Lord in the heart. You may try your fortune there. So he came here to India, where he met the Vice Chancellor of Lucknow University. In talking with him, Professor Nixon met the Vice Chancellor's wife, who was a Gaudiya Vaishnava, a devotee of Mahaprabhu. He was so much charmed by her advice that he accepted her as his guru. Finally, he took sannyas, the renounced order of life, and his name became Swami Krishna Prem. He established a temple here in India and preached about Bhagavad Dharma and Mahaprabhu. He made a comparative study of all religions, beginning from Christianity, and gradually came to Vaishnavism, attracted by Mahaprabhu's gift. One German scholar also said, in all the religious conceptions of the world, the conception of 24-hour engagement with God, Ashtakali Lila, has never been given. I have studied all religious theologies, but none could even conceive of 24-hour service to the Supreme Lord. It is only given in Srimad Bhagavatam. So Rupa Goswami has given the scientific representation of Krishna. Akhila Rasamrita Murti. He is the reservoir of all possible pleasures, all possible tendencies for satisfaction that we may feel. Even those that we may not feel are present in Krishna and have their ideal, purest satisfaction with him alone. He is all accommodating, all comprehensive. Whatever satisfaction our inner heart demands can be fulfilled only by him. So actually, that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also told, only worship Krishna. So actually, Germany, many German scholars also came to India. Srila Bhakti-Vidanta Maharaj says that, he actually says that Hegel was the deepest thinker among the Western philosophers. Of course, other German scholars like Max Muller were also deep thinkers. In fact, Germany had such great appreciation and fondness for Indian culture that certain ancient books that can no longer be found in India may still be found in Germany. The Germans were never the colonial masters of India, but still they were extremely inquisitive to know about the cultural books of India. In spite of the war, many rare ancient Indian books that can no longer be found in India are still safely preserved in Germany. So you see that Germany has so many books of India actually. Shiploads of books were sent actually. So actually this is so the Bhakti-Vidanta Sai Maharaj also preached there actually in Germany. So anyways, Caitanya Caritamrta is a very excellent book, and we should continue studying that. So today's class actually, Krishna is established as the supreme absolute truth, and he is actually source of even Narayan, Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Kshodakshay Vishnu. He is the fourth dimension. He is called Turiya, and he has no connection with Maya whatsoever. This particular important conception was discussed today in today's class, and we'll carry forward this next class. The defects the living entity has: Brahma, Pramad, Vipralipsa, Karna Pata. The Bhakti-Vidanta Sai Maharaj has focused on this. Karna Pata means imperfect senses. Our senses are imperfect. This is a defect. Evidence comes from the Vedas and Upanishads. Actually, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj and Srila Gurudev also has said this. That evidence comes from the Vedas and Upanishads and also the words of any high-class devotee who has none of the four defects: Brahma, Pramad, Vipralipsa, and Karna Pata. So pure devotee's words, they have no defects. His words can be taken as evidence. We can quote our Gurudev's words as evidence. In addition, the Shastras which are Anugatya, in accordance with the Vedas like Caitanya Caritamrta, the books of Shad Goswamis, 6 Goswamis, the 4 Acharyas of the different Vaishnava Sampradayas are all evidence. The strongest and purest evidence, however, is the words of Srimad Bhagavatam. So you should give the evidence of Vedas, Upanishads and Bhagavatam, and then I will accept. So actually you see that the words of this Bhagavatam and the words of pure devotees, they have no difference. But otherwise the ordinary living entities have these defects. Yet we are handicapped by our mixed aptitude. We have the option of becoming involved with the spiritual, but we also have the option of meddling with the material. As soon as we indulge this mixed aptitude, by mistaking it to be our real function, our progress toward the absolute is obstructed, and we find ourselves subjected, for the most part, to insurmountable disqualifications. These disqualifications have been analyzed and classified under 4 groups. The tendency to commit mistakes, Brahma, inadvertence, Pramada, deception, Vipralipsa, and limited imperfect senses, Karanapata. These are very serious defects. They make it impossible for us to obtain even a glimpse of transcendence. Hence, there arises the compelling necessity of seeking the help of those who are free from those defects. The functioning of our present senses do not give us any knowledge of the whole truth. On the contrary, it always keeps us away from the full eternal blissful being. We are prevented from full access to uninterrupted existence, uninterrupted knowledge, and uninterrupted bliss. Although these constitute the reality to be gained by the exercise of our present facilities, we obtain instead the so-called knowledge of the things of this world. But we perceive matter alone, and we can imagine a state of material negation, yet neither of these is reality proper. So next time we'll discuss these defects of an ordinary living entity and how pure devout scriptures are free from these 4 defects. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Anshaka Potra Vishya Kripasa. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Dandapura. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Prams. Thank you, Maharaj, for that. Anangam Mohan Prabhu Jayawani, please. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Sriti Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Radha Vinoda Bihari Ji ki Jai Nityali Om Vishnu Parastotara Sata Shri Bhakti Vidanta Vishnu Deiti Goswami Maharaj ki Jai Om Vishnu Parastotara Sata Shri Bhakti Vidanta Dandi Goswami Maharaj ki Jai Om Vishnu Padastotara Shata Shri Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj ki Jai Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnu Padastotara Shata Shri Bhakti Vedanta Vaman Goswami Maharaj ki Jai Nitya Leela Pravishta Om Vishnu Padastotara Shata Shri Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj ki Jai Nitya Leela Pravito Vishnu Parastotara Shata Shri Srimad Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj ki Jai Nitya Leela Pravito Om Vishnu Parastotara Shata Shri Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki Jai Nitya Leela Param Bhagavat Pravara Shri Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj ki Jai Nitya Shri Srila Sachidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki Jai Nitya Leela Vaishnava Sarva Bhoma Shri Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj ki Jai Shri Gaudiya Vedanta Acharya Shri Srila Baladev Vidyabhushana Prabhu ki Jai Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur ki Jai Srila Narottam Srinivas Shyamnanda Prabhutraya ki Jai Srila Krishnanath Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu की जय।
जय
श्री
जय
रूप
जय जय
सनातन रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल बा दास रघुनाथ सद गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। श्री
जय जय
स्वरूप राय रामानंद श्री गौर प्रसाद वृंद की जय। नामचार श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम
जय
सुको श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री वसति गौर भक्त वृंद की जय।
जय जय
पूर सीमंत द्वीप गोद्रुमद्वीप मध्य द्वीप कोला द्वीप ऋतु द्वीप जानु द्वीप मोद्रा द्रुमदुदति पद्मका श्री नवद्वीप धाम की जय।
जय
श्री
जय
गोपा गोपी गोवर्धन द्वादश भनत्मका श्री ब्रजमंडल की जय। श्री राध कुंड श्याम कुंड गंगा यमुना तुलसी भक्ति देव की जय।
जय जय जय
देव की जय। श्री पूर्णमासी योग माया की जय। श्री
जय जय
गोपीश्वर महादेव की जय। श्री
जय
जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन चक्र जी की जय। श्री
जय
क्षेत्र मंडल की जय। सर्व विघ्न विनाशकारी श्री नरसिंहदेव की जय।
जय
भक्त प्रभार श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। चार धाम की जय। चार संप्रदाय की जय। चार आचार्य की जय। अकर्मतराज श्री चैतन्य मात की जय। श्री श्री केशव गौड़िया मात ओ तत्सकमात समहा की जय।
जय
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। श्री चैतन्य चैतन्य की जय। श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। सामगात भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री निताय गौर प्रेम हरि
प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। जय जनगण प्रभु जी की जय जय।
Sripad Bhakti-Vidanta Vishnu Daivata Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams. So thank you all devotees for joining today, and tomorrow Sripad Bhakti-Vedanta Dandi Maharaj's class starts half an hour earlier because we start with bhajans tomorrow, and then Gurudev will continue the Harikatha of Kartik Mas. So dear devotees, please do join half an hour earlier tomorrow, and then we will see Sripad Bhakti-Vedanta Vishnu Daivata Maharaj on Sunday for Bhagavad Gita as it is, same time as today. Thank you, dear devotees. Hare Krishna. Dandavat. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare.
Thank you, Ma.